There's a few reasons why I'm still in this basement. One, I stay out of my parents' way. That way, it's like I'm not even here because they can can't even come downstairs. Right. Two, right over there is my son Nolan's room. Right over there is my son Talon's room. The one back there, where Jazzy's room was at one time, was Kirsten's room. David's room was my master. I slept on the couch. See, the whole reason why I was put here was because of a con artist scheme that David's mother was working on. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there's even a false report to go along with it. Wonder why she came up with that scheme. 2014, right? Yeah. But yeah, I don't know nothing. I'm just an idiot. I'm just a dumbass redneck. Dropped out of school, learned a career that paid for 12 years of those kids, even though their mother got jealous and tried to attack it. Also paid for Jazzy, even though their mother got jealous and ran away. Imagine that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's everybody else's fault. Right? Yeah, it's my fault. Right. No, I already admitted that it was my fault for who I allowed in my life. It's not my fault for what they chose to do. It's my fault for choosing them and then them deciding what they were going to do. Another reason, I'm an introvert. I don't like being around people. Right now, I'm very depressed. Very. And people like fucking with me until they get me in their face. And then it's, oh my gosh, you're crazy. So that's what you little idiots do nowadays, huh? Just run that mouth and stir up all kinds of shit until you get somebody in your face. And then you whine and cry and try and get out of it, huh? These motherfuckers are lucky it ain't 2000 or 90s. You would not get away with that. Nope. Gosh, I would love to see these people trying this shit in the 90s or 2000s. Yeah, you wouldn't get far. Yeah, there's some people that would knock your fucking head off and accept any court date that came and any jail time. Yeah, they would love it. They wouldn't give a shit. Why do you think they made second degree assault higher than murder? Because they want people dead. They don't want you just fighting. If you're going to fight, they want you to hurt that person. That way you get less jail time. Imagine that. It states it right there. Voluntary murder in self-defense or under other circumstances is only 6 years. But if you go like this to somebody and not even touch them, that's considered assault. You can get 10 years for that. Not even touching them, just, ooh, I wish I could. Yeah. What the fuck? Shouldn't that be the other way around? But of course, our court systems and laws are just so just, aren't they? No. They're only just to these women because they can boo-hoo and lie and manipulate, and it's accepted. Imagine that. Gee, wonder when that started. Because it wasn't always that way. Yeah, Jen tried that in court. She lost. Mm-hmm. Literally, it's on court recording too. Her flipping out to get a lawyer because I had a lawyer. Well, he has one. Why don't I? Because you didn't pay for it. I paid for mine. Then they gave you a really freaking good lawyer. You probably would have won that case just because of that lawyer. And what'd you do? You didn't show up? Not once, not twice, 3 times in a row. Normally when a parent doesn't show up, it is automatically dismissed and given to the other parent. No, they postponed it, waiting for you. Jennifer, special treatment again. Twice. Still didn't show the fuck up, did you? I was there every day. Uh-huh. That's when you got Jazzy put in with Tracy and Carl. I don't know. She told me all kinds of stuff about those teenagers. Yeah. Then she tried to tell me, oh, here recently, oh, well, their uncle lived in the basement. That wasn't possible. Well, that's not what you told me. I'm going by what you told me. When you were little, that's what you told me. You never told me anybody lived in the basement. You said that's where they would go down there with their boyfriends, the teenagers. And I asked you where Carl and Tracy were. And you said, oh, they weren't there. Oh, so they just let these kids do whatever they want? Wow. Must be a good type of parenting style, huh? Boy, I wonder if that allows a lot more fucked up shit to happen. Oh, it does. I mean, I get it. There's things that, I would let my kids experience and learn, depending on how serious the situation they were getting into was. Because sometimes it can look like they're going to do something and they're going to learn their lesson quick, and it turns into something way bigger. So you got to be careful of that. Uh-huh. That way you can step in and protect your child before something really bad happens. Yeah, like severely injured or worse. Imagine that. Oh, but I'm a lunatic. Oh yeah, I'm a lunatic. Well, I'm a lunatic. I'm a loony. Loony Tony. Right. Psychopathic narcissists do exactly what you did to that kid. They also do exactly what you're doing. Running your mouth and trying to act like the other person is the narcissist. So guess what? This is how you females turn stuff into a 5-year-old argument. Because you make it that way. Then you pick a point where you're like, I'm done with this, I'm grown. You start it, and then you're done with it, you're grown. Oh, okay. Because you don't like what you're hearing? Yeah. Because you're not getting the answers you want? Right. Okay. Also, a lunatic is somebody who cannot do what they say they can do. Oh, Jenny, you know damn well I can do what I say I'm going to do. See, that's why you told my daughter that you always were beat up and all that, because you do know I have a temper, and I have never lied about that. Ever. I've never lied about anything I've said about you. See, you never had the balls to strike me, which is why you never got struck. I tell every girl I ever date that, including you. Because that's equal now, isn't it? Boy, I wonder why I think that way. Maybe because of my sister? Maybe because of the way my mother raised me to be, which was equal and not bow down to anybody, except for God. Right. See, there's a difference between bowing down to a woman and making her hold herself accountable for what she's doing. That's Jen's problem. She doesn't want to be held accountable for anything she did. Oh, yeah, because it'll destroy that fake little bond you have with Jasmine. You did that through delusional traumatization of a kid. You made her believe that her dad traumatized her so you could get out of everything else you did. And you could try and get closer. Wow. But you attack her, you leave her on a short leash, you break her phones, you let her date people that are involved in murder investigations and people that have raped people. Wow. Funny how Jazzy acts so protective over you. That's what you wanted, wasn't it? Uh-huh. You realize you could have 25 to 30 people protecting you. It's not going to protect you. And you know it's not. Might give you a chance to run, but it ain't going to protect you. I said what I said to Michael, and I meant what I said. You females don't control shit, so shut the fuck up. See, you already controlled shit, and look how bad it is. Because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Yep. Then you're trying to blame it all on somebody else that isn't even around. It's funny. You said that Jasmine said all this stuff to her foster parent? So how come her foster parent would let her near me? Right. Don't you think she would have been a little bit more secure of Jazz if Jasmine came out and told her this? Did Jasmine come out and supposedly tell her this as soon as she got there? Or was it after having visits with you? Yeah, because you have supervised first. Then you move into unsupervised, right? Unless you're a manipulating, lying piece of shit like you. You'll find a way around that, won't you? I guess this was your way around it, huh? So prove to me that Jasmine didn't have visitation with you before supposedly this was said. And how come, if it was stated to a foster parent, no charges? That's weird. I would have definitely faced those charges. Shit never happened, Jen. I don't give a fuck what you put in that kid's head. What, you think just because I'm a small guy and I look weird that you can pass that off on me? No. See, I know what y'all think. You think that if you can put that out into the community and something happens to where I do end up getting in trouble and going to jail, that I'm going to play hell in jail. Ain't I? So see, you're too much of a pussy to stand up for your daughter, but you're going to lie and manipulate to get other people to do it? That's Tiffany. Yep. Talk all hard, but never prove it. That's why you're not equal to a man, because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Keep trying to be equal to a man. You ain't. You women ain't nowhere near men. You're delusional as fuck, and you need mental help. Me? Oh, I'm a pissed off father. I don't need mental help. I need a ring with you people in it. I'll be just fine after that. Fantasy my ass. You're too much of a pussy to do it. Heh. Bye, Jenny.